developing also here at noon. Some new details after a deadly shooting on a Broward County bus. A gunman opening fire on that bus yesterday afternoon, killing 2 people. 4 others have been injured.
And we're now seeing surveillance video of that bus going the wrong way, crashing into cars before pulling into the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. Local 10 News reporter Syra Anwar is live at the scene.
And she does have reaction from witnesses and tells us who's being really called a hero today after this whole ordeal.
And on top of that, Christy and Janice, we're also learning more about the man police say is responsible for this deadly shooting. His name is Jamal Meyers. He was arrested yesterday. They released his identity today, and he was actually supposed to appear before a Broward County judge this morning to hear his charges and to have his bond set, but his attorney appeared on his behalf and said that's going to have to be rescheduled due to medical reasons. Police identifying 35-year-old Jamal Meyers as the man arrested in Thursday's deadly bus shooting. This surveillance video shows a Broward County bus going the wrong way on Broward Boulevard while a passenger inside is firing off gunshots.
I was screaming. It was loud.
Witnesses and drivers frightened. A viewer sending us this video showing people running off the bus.
It was going the wrong direction. All the cars were trying to get out the way as fast as possible.
The bus driver crashes into this white Mercedes and a taxi cab, ending up in the Fort Lauderdale Police Department parking lot.
I heard the impact, boom, bang, bang.
She hit them cars and went into the police department.
I seen the bus jumping over the curb and pulling into the station.
We had an officer on an unrelated call in front of the police station. He too heard several gunshots coming from within the bus. The officer came out to investigate. The suspect that was inside of the bus stepped out and surrendered to the officer.
Police say the shooter shot 4 people. 2 of them died.
But I just seen him bringing people off the bus on the stretcher.
Several others were injured in the crash. Later that night, investigators cover the front of the bus with a yellow tarp and remove the body of one of the victims. We're told the bus driver, credited for her quick thinking, was not injured. And a quick correction there, Jamal Meyers is 34 years old. I believe I said 35 earlier. He has an extensive criminal record, more than 20 arrests in his past, including charges related to drug possession, domestic violence. And again, he has not yet had his bond set on this latest shooting, but his new charges include murder, attempted murder, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. That is the very latest live in Fort Lauderdale. Syra Anwar, Local 10 News.
All right, Syra, thank you.
And our team coverage is now turning to Local 10 News reporter Amy VITERI.
She's live with what we're learning about the suspect in this bus shooting. Amy.
Well, Syra just touched on some of it. We are actually standing outside the last known address for Jamal Meyers, as Syra mentioned, 34 years old with a lengthy criminal history, I should say. We are outside an apartment complex in Oakland Park, and I want to get you right to Meyers' mugshot, which we have a copy of. He is now in custody, of course. The 34-year-old has been arrested 21 times, including most recently in 2019 on several felony charges. He was currently serving probation on those charges. That, despite what we have learned, which is that in 2018, he was flagged as a habitual offender. Despite that, he was able to get probation on those most recent felony charges in 2019, which included drug charges as well as a burglary charge. He then went on yesterday afternoon, of course, as we have reported, to shoot 4 people on that Broward County bus, killing 2 of them. He was taken for treatment after telling police that he was not feeling well. And as Syra already mentioned, he did not appear in bond court today as scheduled due to what was described as a medical issue. So, of course, we are continuing to follow this, and we will look deeper into Jamal Meyers' background, but that is what we know at this time. We are also reaching out to attorneys to try to understand exactly how something like this happens, how the system could label someone a habitual offender, and then he would be free to be out in the community. Of course, there are so many mitigating circumstances in these criminal cases, and that's something we're going to be looking into a little bit more today. For now, we are live in Oakland Park. Amy VITERI, Local 10 News.